Welcome to the Modern Renaissance Man Show. My name is Ben Cuddle. I'm the Modern Renaissance Man. This is a show about entrepreneurs, Renaissance people, diversity. We have a lot of different things on the show. We're glad you tuned in. One of the things I sort of want to talk about that's been disturbing me here lately is, have you noticed that a lot of CEO execs get religion when they get older? They develop this sudden spirituality when they start reaching their 60s, 70s, 80s kinds of things. I think of like a big GE exec that sort of has gone that way. I guess after you just kicked out 450-something thousand people out of a job, and you're coming close to, I guess, meeting your maker, you might feel there might be a grudge against you. What I like to see these execs do is that instead of trying to become the instant philanthropist, is they ought to write a check for, say, $10,000 to everybody that they fired in the course of their lifetime. I think that would be a nice amends to make. CEOs that get religion on the back end, come on people, you should have started earlier. It's the journey's about the day. It's not about the end result. Treat people bad, you're not so necessarily a good person. You're a bad person in my book. Talk about other people that are execs, executive moms. Here's an interesting one for you. When you read the local business sections there, and they start talking about female executives. We have quite a few, consider the number of the banking execs that we have around here. They seem to be the top of the line. Female executives. When you read a story about female executives, they talk about what they're doing, what they're working the communities in. And they always say how many children they have. When you read a story about male executives, they never mention the children. Do the men not care? Possibly. Do the women not care? Possibly. That's a real slant of journalism. I saw one recently about one of the major banks, and so we sort of narrow that down to one of two. One of the major banks, and this one I think started with a B. Anyway, this exec was, this person had been like head of the Chamber of Commerce and on this committee and that committee. I don't think they only looked like they're about 35 years old, pretty young for an exec. And the article, of course, quoted them as having children because it was female. Real sexist thing. And she says she looked forward to the day when she could have dinner with her children. Why did she have children? I don't understand this. These people, you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to be a big dog exec, why are you having children if you're not going to be around them? You're going to raise some Columbine kids or something here. People, children are a wonderful thing. I spend, one night a week dedicated to my daughter. When I was working on my master's degree, I had class one night, study group one night, I had men's night with my stepson on one night, and daddy-daughter night with my daughter. I got things done. It's what's important to you. Don't have children. You're not going to be with your children. Be with your business. I'd like to go into a soapbox tonight, but this show is actually going to be about some different things. We like the diversity, so I'm going to show you some projects now that I've sort of espoused my opinions. I'm going to show you some of the different projects around the house. Some of you might have seen about the deck projects, the little car top project, tree houses, and some different things. I got some stuff in the house I've done. I might even show you my sewing machine if you're lucky. But before we do that, I want to bring out some neat tunes from Trip Rogers, my musical co-host, and Jeff Chester, my musical co-host. And we'll see how many more hosts we have after this. But so how about some nice tunes now? I'll be right back.
Thanks, Ben. Let's play some old hippie music for Ben.
Sounds good to me.
It is an old Jimi Hendrix tune.
Ooh.
After all the jacks are in the boxes and the clowns have all gone to bed, you can hear happiness staring downstream, footprints dressed in red, and the wind cries lyric. A bromance drearily sweeping up the broken pieces of yesterday's life. Somewhere a queen is weeping, and somewhere a king has no wife, and the wind cries Mary. The traffic lights say turn to blue tomorrow, and shiny emptiness down on my bed. The tiny island just sags on downstream, 'cause the life it lived at is dead. And the wind screams Mary. Old age and its wisdom, well, it whispers now, this will be the last. And the wind cries Mary.
I think I'll have a flashback. Excellent, excellent. It's a great rendition of that. Welcome back to the Modern Renaissance Man. Hopefully you didn't dial away. If you just did, you just missed some great tunes by Tripp and Jeff. This is the Project Special show, so we're sort of throwing in some videos, some projects that I've worked on around the house, because I've had a few people to say that they actually like seeing some of the things that I've been working on. Some people really enjoyed the deck part, so throwing in some of that. Before we go there, I've got to bring up a new film, though, for Jeff real quick. This is the one you may have heard of. It's sort of a sleeper. It's an interesting little film. It's called, can you see it? Can we get a dial in on this? Yeah. We got there? No,
what are you kidding me?
That's just the glare off of my head. That has nothing to do with the tape. So you know about Time Bandits.
I jumped up out of my seat.
Time Bandits. Whoa, it's an interesting film. It's got a lot of interesting people in it. Terry Gilliam is who actually I'm impressed with.
Yeah.
Terry Gilliam is renowned for a lot of funky stuff, a lot of sci-fi in England.
Oh, yeah.
He's renowned for that, and I like a lot. I've seen a lot of his different things. Anyway, so you got him. You've got Sean Connery and Michael Palin from the.
You got David Warner playing Satan.
Yep.
Which is phenomenal.
Let's see, who else was in it? You got a couple of the.
You know,
with Michael Palin and John Cleese, I think's in it also.
The little person who is actually in
It's a lot of little people in that movie.
R2-D2 suit
Oh.
in Star Wars is in that.
Well, there's a lot of little people. I wouldn't know which one that was.
I do.
Only you would know that.
Watch all this.
That's why you have to keep coming back. Anyway, we're gonna go to a few. I wish we had time to keep rolling this show, but we're gonna go to a few projects because they're gonna run us out of the studio before we go much farther. Jeff, I love you. You gotta always come back. And if you love Jeff, send me an email. The Modern Renaissance Men together.net. We're gonna get some emails sooner or later. Somebody or another is gonna send something. Send me some email. We're not going to show the host cam. We didn't do the soapbox, but I did get some nice host cam of y'all playing that wonderful hippies tune there. And I don't know. I wasn't, I was real young during that time period. So I don't really.
Perfect t-shirt.
That's right. But anyway.
Y'all stand up and do it.
That's right. Stand up, show the shirt there.
This is actually a dance club in Taiwan.
Oh, of course.
You know,
It wouldn't be anywhere local.
it was a hippie from the U.S. who opened it, so, you know.
We didn't just do another Jeff show. Anyway, here's some more project stuff for you to tune into. And I don't really know what we're doing because we're putting it all together well after what we're doing tonight, and they're going to run us out here in a few minutes. And we're going to get out before the lights went out like it did that one night. So we're going to run out the door and stay tuned. We'll be right back. Here's a fun project for you. Looks like a neat little wall built in bookcases. Well, guess again, it's actually a partition that I built. It's the way dividing my wife's work area from the rest of the den. Basically slid it in. Even has wiring to go into the receptacle in the wall. 39 hours took me 6 months. I was working on a graduate degree. A little closer look here at the wall partition and the built-ins. Sort of fastidious on the painting there, but that was the request of my wife to have those colors like that, so they turned out okay though. And here's the other side of the wall. One of the key things about it was that you remember the two bookcases on that side. Here's what you do in the middle. It's basically built out of 2x6s. Framed up, sheetrock, a little bit of molding, a little bit of paint, and voila, you got a neat little partition. It's not boring like some old store-made thing. Pretty much anybody can do it if you're at least a little bit creative and handy with a couple tools. Not a big deal. At least it wasn't to me. Nice bookcases fit right under there. Well, when we moved in, they didn't fit under there. My wife built those actually. Those are pretty neat. But I shortened them up 2 inches. That sort of scared her when I took a saw to her work. But it turned out okay, and I didn't damage anything, fortunately for me. Now this is a fun little shelf that I made for my daughter, Kate, the sweet girl, key grip, camera operator for the roaming host cam. There's a fun little shelf, so you just sort of stick them in the corner, hook them all together. As you can see, she's got them nicely loaded. This is one she said she wanted to particularly show. The little figurines, one for each year. It's got a lip around it to keep those from sliding off. Quick glimpse though, I want you to see my wife's handiwork. She's actually doing pretty good. She painted this dresser herself. Picked out the color. It turned out really well. The Modern Renaissance Woman. We finally have one. Well, I showed you this one once before. The little Mercury Capri convertible top I was repairing. Unfortunately, right after I fixed it, it split again. Right in the window this time. My stitching worked out well, but the crease occurred in the plastic, so I'm trying it again, and still seeing if I can save a little money. Here's a simple project for everybody. In the middle of my dash, I mounted a little thing to hold my cell phone
Not much to it. You take an old belt clip, put a couple screws in, voila, hands-free phone. I don't have to worry about running somebody over like they're trying to run me over. Simple project, do for yourself. Make your driving safer. For those of you who didn't get to see the treehouse project on previous shows, here it is again. The extra little set of steps there we did for my little girl. I originally built it for my stepson, the treehouse, and as she got older we put the steps. He used the door for a jumping door. But you got the steps there. Ladder underneath, and it goes up into a hatch in the corner. That was a fun project. Here's a view of the mega deck. Basically a 2-year undertaking, except for a little bit of girder work. I did it all myself, designed it all myself. Fun project. Of course, fully inspected by the local authorities. And still more to do. Probably put lattice work underneath and make close in that porch. Got a room up on the top that's going to go into the master bedroom. That's the phase 2 stuff coming on. Shown this one before too. This is the swing with a little arbor over it, awning over it rather. It was a fun project. That swing was on my first house on the porch. Brought it with me and built this to put it in there. It's a nice little yard item. Great place to sit. My wife and I spend a lot of time out here chatting. Cutting scallops was sort of fun. Here's a brief moment on a project that looks great but didn't fare so well. You know, you can't always get into work. This is an attempt at a sled when we had a little bit of snow made out of wood and old water skis. Looks good, worked great without being on the snow. We'll try it again sometime.
Welcome back to Modern Renaissance Man. We're wrapping up this show. We're into, I guess, the second quarter for the year. We're having some good humor. I hope you enjoyed some of the project work. Once again, I'd like to thank my volunteers for helping me to put this show on. It wouldn't be possible without them. And I have been forgetting here lately. Let me thank my musical co-hosts, Trip and Jeff. Without y'all, a lot of the humor would be gone, let alone the good tunes.
Yeah, brains in the outfit. Just make
So,
you know, smart comments.
So we have some great stuff going in here. If you'd like to think about being an audience participant, you have to email me, because otherwise I won't tell you how to get here. But tune in and watch us. We're on the first and third Friday on this public access station. Once again, my name is Ben Copeland. I'm the Modern Renaissance Man, and have a good evening. All right, all right.
Didn't I start this day with a reflection? Now I'm under siege by my own imperfections. My side of the street has gone unswept, and I'm falling right back down those steps. But I know where to find the strength I lack. You all told me just keep coming back. In these rooms I see the thread of destiny. In these rooms nothing's happening by mistake. Now every day my life is full because I didn't leave before the miracle. And I give so much less than I take in these rooms. Well, there is no way easier or softer. Nothing speaks so fully to my heart. And I have found a haven there. I know by God I earned my chair. The hand is always reaching out to me. On this road to happy destiny. In these rooms I see the thread of destiny. In these rooms, nothing's happening by mistake. Now every day my life is full because I didn't leave it for the miracle. And I give so much less than I take. Working on the rest as this coffee puts hair on my chest, and I can always make it one more day. In these rooms I comprehend serenity. In these rooms nothing's happening by mistake. Now every day my life is full. Thank God I stuck around for that miracle, 'cause I give so much less than I take in these rooms.
Yeah.
Well, this wraps up, believe it or not, 24 shows, the end of the first year. And I want to say a special thanks to those who've been with me since the beginning. Dan Honeycutt, my director. It's been a blast having you here. It's been a real learning process for both of us. Dean Smart, since the very first show, done everything from camera work, audio, moving stuff. Dean, thanks a lot for all your help. I especially want to thank my best girl, Kate Copeland, helping move plants, set up the set, and especially for the wild roaming host camera work. It's been sort of fun to watch that. You've captured some neat stuff. I especially want to thank my best friend and wife, Jennifer Sanders, for all your support. Considering we started this show when I was unemployed, it's come a long ways, 1 year. I hope you enjoy the music. Trip Rogers, Jeff Chester, it's been a blast. They came in and got addicted to it and stayed with us. Going back to Scott McLeod Group in the early days, that helped kick us off. Thanks, Scott, for all you've done, and we've had just a wonderful time. We've had some editorials, we've had the soaps, we've had some satire, some humor, definitely some great music. 24 shows, 12 months, and guess what? Next month we're going to have a whole month special of anniversary show. And now you've got to see one of my other little friends, Simba. He's a neighborhood cat. He's adopted us. He wanted to be on TV, I guess, today. Anyway, I'm filming this in March, and you'll see this in June. And come July, it's the anniversary show. Thanks for tuning in this year. I've been Copeland, the Modern Renaissance Man. Have a great year.